Hi there, I'm Timothy Linsdau, video producer and a Christian. Putting my science cap on here. I read a kind of an interesting article about an amazing fruit fly. The fruit fly is a favorite subject of research scientists. They ask questions like, are people and fruit flies related? Okay. They say there are 152,000 named species of flies, representing approximately 10% of all species on Earth. Now, one of them in particular is the fruit fly, and it is found all over the globe. It's used in fields of scientific research for behavior, psychology, physiology, genetics, and development. One researcher, Thomas Morgan, a geneticist, he studied the fascinating insect at the turn of the last century in his famous fly room at Columbia University. He later found creatures could be mutated by X-rays. In 26, Herman Muller discovered that heavy doses of X-rays caused mutation rates to rise by 15,000%. That's a pretty hefty mutation rate. These strange and sometimes lethal mutations were given colorful names, such as spook, bazooka, hunchback, probably because of their mutations. Now, scientists have conducted over a century of detailed fruit fly research. If the question is, do they show evolution? Because they've had so many generations of these, it should be quite evident. They're fairly small. These flies are easy to handle, sexually mature in just days. They have 4 pairs of chromosomes, which means they aren't too difficult to locate a mutated gene in one of these flies. So it gives people searching the origins of life something to look at and study to see if they can see evolution in it somewhere. These what they call macro mutations affect the body plan formation in such a way that could change one kind of animal into another kind. The mutations must occur early in an animal or insect's development for that to happen. Ironically, though, it's been consistently found that early developmental mutations damage a creature instead of evolving it. Those genes that control early developmental processes are involved in the establishment of the basic body plan. Mutations in these genes will usually be extremely disadvantageous, and it's conceivable they are always so, since so much research has been done. What they're seeing is that these mutations don't improve but destroy. The scientists maintain that a fruit fly genome shares widespread genetic content with people. Well, why would that be? Well, it might be because we have common traits such as mice, birds, even plants. We have to consume fuel somehow and metabolize it and reproduce, and we do a lot of the same things. Not really that different. You know, fruit flies must breathe, eat, drink water. We're all in that same boat. It follows that we're going to have the basic respiratory and digestive systems. We have common traits like all animals and insects. Now, whether that makes us a common ancestor or not, I don't know. But more recent studies have been done on fruit flies, and one of them is on the ability to smell. And if you ever thought about a fly smelling, it's usually we equate flies with something rotten, and to them it's probably appetizing. It means food. So, but anyway, they do have kind of a microscopic proboscis, some kind of a nose, but it's like 4 parts in their face. And some research has been done on that. They've used advanced microscope, oh boy, you know what it is, microscope work, microscopy, there we go. And DNA analysis techniques, they've isolated the gene and its pattern of expression and have named it Gore-Tex, that has something to do with creating these microscopic holes in these proboscis, if you will. It plays a role in the formation of these tiny pores. And they call it a nanopore because it's so small. Really, really small. But the interesting part about it is that the pore, the hole, if you will, allows the molecule through that they can smell, if you will, but not other things that could damage the fly. So it's actually like a filter, which is kind of fascinating. So consequently, they came up with that Gore-Tex gene, and it's a member of the Osiris. Any of you that have used clothing, outdoor type clothing with Gore-Tex, and you're familiar with it, you know that it will allow water vapor from your body out, but it won't let rain in. So it has that small pore, if you will, permeable one, but it's two-way. Only real small can go one way and real big can't go the other, which would make sense why they came up with the Gore-Tex gene. That's kind of interesting. There's some arguments between scientists of what does what and why it does. The question that arises, if this is, if we have origins in discussion, if people are discussing origins of where did the fly come from? Did it evolve? How did that happen? But those that research fossils, ancient fossils, to try to understand if there's been some type of positive mutation or evolution from survival of the fittest, to see if it has changed from one cell being to a multi-cell thing like a fruit fly. They want to see if there's evidence for that. Well, in all this research, they've seen no evidence. They've seen mutations, but most of all, none of them are positive, and none of them change the fly into something else. So that brings up a question. When they're searching in the fossil record, and they don't find anything but a fly. And again, we have a problem with finding transitions to show that this fly evolved from a one-celled creature. And then that takes us back also to the discussion of, is a fly related to humans? Well, it's going to show some relative relation because, as I said, we take in some kind of fuel and metabolize it and we use it to function and to reproduce. Got to have that strength to do that thing. So the discussion of origins goes on. You know, did the fly evolve, or did something make it? Now that's what gets scary for those that are concerned that a scientist is going to say that God created it. Now, me being a Christian ought to imply well enough to you that I believe that it was created, because that's what the evidence shows. So if there's nothing in the fossil record that shows that this fly changed, but it's still a fly then and it's a fly now, how did it get here? And maybe the ultimate question is, why did it get here? But tell you what, it's for you to spend some time searching. It's fun. Learn something about the natural world and what it's all about. I'm Tim Linsdau. It's been a pleasure. Like and comment on my video. Subscribe to my channel. And you know what? Get out there in the outdoors and have a great day.